When I was young, Hot Wheels Velocity X was my favorite computer game. For a long period of time, anytime I was allowed to use the computer, I would usually dedicate it to playing Hot Wheels. You know how everyone goes gaga over extremely advanced games like Red Dead Redemption? Back when I was like 10 years old, Hot Wheels Velocity X was my Red Dead Redemption. And what's not to love? Lots of exciting villains, 5 different worlds to explore, getting to destroy other cars. It was the coolest game I had ever played. I eventually stopped playing it so consistently as I got older, as I got access to genuinely fancy games, but I still always held Velocity X in my heart as something very dear and special. So I decided to go back and play it again to see if it really was good, or only good to the standards of a 10-year-old girl who loves action. First things first, I love that in a cheap branded game just made to sell more toys, they actually did give it an interesting story. Interesting, but admittedly weak. The villain wants revenge by going back in time to stop Hot Wheels cars from ever existing, and there's a car that supposedly can turn invisible, but we're never shown even a tiny glimpse of what either of these things might be like, so it's kind of disappointing. But there isn't much time for the plot because this is a very short game. I won the game in about an hour and a half this time around. Quite a bit of that time was actually spent watching through the cutscenes, but that's still not a lot of time for the story to unfold. Being so short is a downfall, but there is some extra content you can do to still have some fun outside of adventure mode. You can fully explore each world to find hidden objects, do some driving challenges, race, and battle to keep you coming back for more. To really give yourself more playtime, you can even challenge yourself with your own rules. Try winning the game with only one car, or see if you can win with no weapons. And the weapons are a really cool feature because they are each distinct and have different setbacks and uses. Oil drum is good in a race to slip up your opponent, but has a long reload time. Laser cannon is very powerful, but requires a lot of precision. And so on and so on. And the weapons aren't the only well-done mechanic. They managed to make each of the dozens of different cars feel different. Everyone will have a natural different preference, but each has different uses as well. Some are good for stunts, speed, or armor, so making the choice of what car you drive is more than just about the cosmetics. Unfortunately, the game is not challenging. Maybe that's just because I played through it 50 times before, but the game is made for a younger demographic, obviously, so it's very easy if you're not a child. Because it is so easy, things can get old fast. I think they could have made some improvements by adding different difficulty levels to things like battle mode. Other cars rarely get in kills when I play, so I wish they could be a little bit more ruthless to give me a challenge. So the replayability isn't really there, except for nostalgic purposes. You can expect to play through it a few different times using different cars, but then there isn't much else to do. So it's not a perfect game, but it doesn't need to be, because it's just supposed to be some crazy wholesome fun for kids. It is what you'd expect from a Hot Wheels game, maybe a little bit better than that actually, but still, it's a cheap kids game. But I really love the ridiculous story, and I love the characters and how strange they all are. That's a plus, and also a bit of a letdown again, because we don't get any world building or character development. It's very flat in that way. And it does kind of hurt for me to say that this game isn't perfect, because it really was perfect to me as a kid. That's all that really matters though, isn't it? If a game is perfect to you in the moment you're playing it, that's all that really matters. This game gave me hours of entertainment a decade ago, and it will always be groovy to me. So grab your car keys, always choose the car attitude, and go save Hot Wheels.
Incoming transmission. Okay.